Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more of the meta. So, subject line: your defense sucks, guys. I've been there before. The first half of the season, I've been struggling on defense. I'd got guys carve me up. I could never get stops. Once I switched to match, I started getting stops, and I actually just stopped. I just basically got a rage quit on a guy that could couldn't score any points against me using match coverage. So I want you guys to really watch this doing. If you're looking for help on defense, you've got to watch this video on how I run this match defense, because it confuses the best players out there, people that are highly ranked. I want to give a shout out to the following people. Joseph Ledger. I love this scheme. The more I watch your videos, to study, the more wins I get. This coverage is elite. The run the support is tight. The perfect scheme to counter the meta. Good work, man. I stopped playing Madden 4 years. And he talked about how he came back into it, and he really had a great results with using match coverage. I got another comment down here by Easy Walters. Appreciate you, guy. As a match-based player, you truly help me elevate my game. And another shout out to D16 Hazard, because we did a shout out for him earlier. So, guys, let's go and jump into this gameplay. This is going to be going against a top Madden player. You're going to be really blown away. He's a Cowboys player, so you just think stretch plays, lob balls, and all that kind of stuff. When I set everything up, first and foremost, I'm always going to set match. These are kind of my adjustments when I set things up. When it comes to tackling, my preference is to do conservative. You can leave it as basic or maybe aggressive. I also go ahead and with the option, I always do conservative. I want to take away any kind of option type thing with a quarterback, and base. Got to run base with match, because that's what's going to force your opponent to try to read the coverage afterwards, and it's going to mess them up. Actually, he made a stop on me on defense. He locked me up, so I gave him the ball basically on 35. I'm setting up my defense. One of the first things I do is I set up basically a cover 6 and is my base defense. Cover 9 show 2 is my other defense. This is really to support run left and right. And then I use hard flats, cover 3, and then the last formation I jump into is palms. And as you can see, the clock is jumping down. He's an I-form wing. Anytime I see I-form wing, I'm thinking stretch. Stretch and maybe a bob over the top of it. So I'm going to run cover 6, and then I'm going to shift my line. So once again, if you take a look at the blockers, we've got basically a bunch of blockers that can seal and bounce up to the next route. So he's got the stretch play as is. So what you want to do is take your defensive line and shift them over, and rotate your linebackers and shift them over, because they're not going to be able to reach anymore. You're going to have these guys in line fits. You're going to have this guy over here, over here, over here, and it's going to be harder from the reach, and that's going to basically give you the run support. I'll user this guy right here and come down and try to contain, and then I man up the backside wide receiver. So let's go and show you the play art, how I run this up. See, I've got the leverage right there. So if he blocks, he blocks. You might get a double team right here, but you could see that these guys are now irrelevant in this blocking scheme. I've got this guy who can fit a gap. He's going to come down and play a run gap, and then I'm going to use her on the backside. If he does the RPO, this guy's going to take away that slant on the backside. So watch me go and set this up, and I'm going to man up the backside. It actually didn't man it up correctly, but you could see him out there. This guy got knocked off the ball. But as you could see, there's really nowhere for him to go, and he basically is a no gainer. So that's one of the most important things about when you're playing against these type of sets, is that you want to go in and have run fits for him. Now he's basically got a 2 tight end sets. This is basically, he can run up or he can run to the outside with the set. So I'm just going to pretty much play my stock formation. I'll bunch up the line, I'll shift off to the left, and I'll say, hey, if you want to go run to the short side of the field, that's fine, because now this sideline plays another defender. It makes it harder for him to get outside. So that's why I set the defense up. He goes into play action, and actually he tries to throw. He doesn't know where to go with it, but as you can see, these 3 defenders are on this guy. He's trying to hit the corner route, and the corner route was taken away. He had the flat, but I think he's looking. This guy was looking up top. He's looking for the crossers, and neither one of those plays guys were taken away. I'm able to go ahead and get a deflection right there, get him into a gun empty tray, 3rd and 10. So this is a time when I jump into the meta defenses where I'm going to go into basically dollar. If I get third and long situations, then I'm going to blitz the guy and use the meta blitzes, but I don't use those on first and second downs. What happens is now you're putting yourself in a situation where he's going to have to defend that. So I do the double blitz. I come down, I QB contain. My responsibility is to cover this guy right here because he's the third wide receiver and let the pressure get in. He doesn't get picked up correctly, and right here I actually get a sack. Get him on the 43-yard line. So 4th and 17, I'm in the driver's seat right now since I got that opportunity, expecting him to either try to go for a long thing, but this is what he does. Smart player. He goes for the field goal. That's his goal. 60-yard field goal, and look at this guy. He freaking nails it. I can't hit a nail 60-yard field goal. So this guy knows what he's doing. Complete confidence, kicking a field goal and taking a point. So in the next series, I go ahead and get myself a touchdown. So now the pressure's on him. He's got a minute left to actually get a fairly quick score. Go ahead and rotate my coverage around. So basically what I did is I bunched up the line. I've got this guy in a flat. And what I'll do is I man up this guy, and then I'll just basically play this guy over the middle. And if he wants to run, he can run. That's fine. You know, we got gap support. If he runs on this side, these guys got gap support. And now, you know, if he passes, my responsibility is to take anything over the middle of the field. Basically anything that kind of crosses over, or another concept that he liked to use was basically a scissors concept. So watch what happens as the play starts developing. He goes into just an 0-1 dive, and look at that. He didn't like that. I was shooting the gap against him. He only got 3 yards. He never goes back to this play after that. No huddles, setting up the defense once again. I'm going to go ahead and man these guys up. So these adjustments are really quick. He's not even got himself set yet. So I've got my defense set up, and he actually goes into the scissors concept. So he's got basically an out, and then he's got a corner route. His flat was wide open. This guy his progressions need to go after flats, because he had an opportunity for a flat, but he actually threw into my soft squat, and I'm able to go ahead and pick him off and basically go ahead and get the ball back here and get an opportunity to score again against him. So good situation for me. Another stop against this guy. He basically got 3 points because of a turnover on his side of the field, and he was able to go and kick a 60-yard field goal. So I'm feeling pretty confident right now. He's getting the ball in the second half, so I have to get one more stopper, just not let him score, give up 3 at the worst in this game type situation. So he's back into this I form. I'm going to motion guys over. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy into a single high coverage, and I'm going to go ahead and use her over the middle of the field. He goes back to the cross play, so you can see he's doing this again. He's got this again. I'm playing down in the box. My responsibility is to come up and take away that cross play, because the middle of the field is going to be wide open, and he throws right back at my soft squat. He gets himself a really good aggressive catch animation, but that's a bad read. I had a dude down there. He should have been checking down to the flat. Totally bad read by him. So he's spamming the same plays over and over again, throwing with confidence, but he's not making good decisions against me. So now I'm going to go and set this up. I don't really know the route combinations that are common with this, so I'm just going to go ahead and set this up. And as you can see, I'm playing over the middle of the field. He tries to go to the corner route. He got locked up. I guess he didn't like that because he knew he got away with one. Freezes, I get myself a block shot because I sent 4 guys after him. So get him in the second 19 situation right here. I don't want to give him any time, so I'm not taking a timeout. I'm going to motion my guys over, and now I jump into basically Palms defense. Anytime I see these empty sets, I like to jump into Palms because it messes people up. And you can see right there, it actually goes and throws up against me, and I get another interception against this guy, and I'm able to go ahead and take the ball into the end zone with some great stick, and actually go ahead and get the ball in the end zone with this gameplay. So you can see firsthand how this defense works. People just don't read it correctly. That's why you need to use match coverage when you're actually attacking your opponent with this. So he's got a minute left. I think he's just trying to do whatever he can to get any kind of points on the board in this type of situation. So he's still running the same formation, same setup that I'm running right here, and actually tries to throw over the middle of the field, gets a good animation with CeeDee Lamb. It was a great wide receiver. So right here, set it up once again, motion my guys over. He's got basically a trip set, and you can see what happens is he just starts checking it down. So okay, you're going to check it down. I'm going to go ahead and make an adjustment. He takes the timeout. He's burning a lot of clock right here. What I do in this type of situation, okay, so he's actually empty. So I go into palms, and you can see he actually throws up right there. This guy, he was flustered with the way I was playing my defense. He didn't like it at all. So right here, 3rd and 1 situation, back into this palms defense, and he's just throwing things up. It was just, he was making very bad decisions in this. I think he was completely frustrated because he couldn't get away with some of the crappy plays that he's running. I decided to go into dollar defense. I figured he might try some type of play action, but he settles for the run. And in this type of situation, he has to burn his last timeout. And now he's out of timeouts, and he's basically 50 yards away. So if I just tackle him in bounds, then I'm going to the second half. So basically I go man coverage, back my guys up. I've got 2 high deep shells to completely back it up. And he goes ahead and takes the bait, runs the ball. I think he's trying to run out of bounds, so he could try to go and kick another 60-yarder. But I tackle him, and as a result, he doesn't get any points. So back on defense again in the second half. What I did is I started making an adjustment where I was doing dropping this defender into an underneath route with a spy route like that. So you could see the guy spies up, and he actually tries throwing it to the running back, and I almost get an interception. So I was pretty much locking this guy up left and right with his coverage. So I form tight, once again setting this up, but I decided to go and use a 3-ruck hook out here to go ahead and try to stop that. And as a result, I go ahead. He tries to run the ball. I actually get a nice little block shot. That was lucky. That's not something I was preparing for. 3rd and 13 situation, I go ahead and jump into the dollar formation. I want to put some pressure on him. And this is the type of stuff that people are used to seeing online. So when they run match, they're not used to seeing match. They're not used to adjusting it. But when you run this meta stuff that all the pros are running and making adjustments out of left and right, when they see this type of stuff, good players or players that have played a lot of these games, they know how to adjust and affect those defenses. So he saw that defense. He saw the free safety blitz. He's like, okay, I'm going to hit this corner out because this works for me on that. Now, when I'm actually running my defense with match, he's struggling against it. He's not actually getting what he wants. He gets a pretty good runner right there because it didn't shift my line over, and that's just a heavy set. But you can see right here, he's got the wing off the left. I go ahead and motion down. One of these types of situations, I like to press to get that soft squat down there, but I didn't want to give up a lob streak over the top, so I chose to actually go ahead and not press and let him chew up the clock because he's down by 21-0. I'm going to let him chew up the clock as much as possible because if he keeps running the ball, going back to the huddle, running the ball, that's going to be in a situation where he's not going to be able to keep up with it. So back, this is the adjustment once again I do for this twin set because he just kept playing the same plays. Does a little crosser right here. You can see I'm trying to play over the top, but look what happens with this flat route matching right here. He tries to throw it to me. I'm able to go and pick him off and then take it down here. Try to get past this quarterback to do another house play right there, but that's it for him. He's done. He doesn't want to play anymore. He's checking out. Take a look at this guy's record. This guy basically has played, over 700 games almost, and he's ranked in 1,125. So this guy's played a lot of top players. So this is why you got to jump into match coverage if you're struggling in defense. If you play these meta defenses, you watch the pros, get into match coverage. I'm telling you, if you watch my gameplay, you're going to get a lot better at it. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And for you guys that are commenting and supporting the channel, I really appreciate it. Until next time.